Take a look at where the major forex pairs are shaping out. As you can see, the dollar again 89.62. Euro certainly unable to break that 150 level on a sustainable basis. Let's try to get more direction with David de Garis, Director, Senior Economist at NAB Global Markets Research, joining us from Sydney. Great to have you on the show. First of all, how are you playing this currency debate story when trading the forex majors at this moment?
Yeah, good afternoon, Chloe. I think, initially we saw from that People's Bank of China report last week, there was quite a lot of excitement created by that China was about to embark on some further appreciation of the Yuan. And just in the last session or so, we've seen some recalibration of those statements to suggest that they're not in a hurry to appreciate the Yuan at this point, that really the preconditions for that to occur is for them to see more sustainability in their export performance. And although their export negative growth has improved somewhat from the negative 25% that they had earlier this year, exports have got a lot further to recover. So to us, we would be expecting some appreciation of the Yuan, but I think that's really a sort of mid to later 2010 story rather than a story right now. So I think for the time being, they're just going to be holding the line until they see further growth in their exports, Chloe.
Right. Obviously, China is under a lot of pressure. You heard it right there from Dominic Strauss-Kahn. Of course, the meetings with President Obama and his aides in China this week. If you are planning for Yuan appreciation possibly in the mid to later 2010, does this mean that you are predicting a weak dollar momentum to carry on?
I think that's going to be pretty much the theme for the next 6 months or so. Our forecasts have the US dollar continuing to weaken over the next 1 to 2 quarters. We saw late last week that the Evans from the Fed talking about the likelihood that very accommodative monetary policy is going to be sustained for quite some period of time, and maybe even beyond 2010. And we know how the Federal Reserve Chairman is such a student of the Great Depression. They're in no hurry to tighten monetary policy at this particular point in time. So that plus, the US internal debt issue with the government debt, I think we're going to see some further weakness in the US dollar. I think that we're probably in that further phase right now, Chloe. So we see that continuing on for a while yet.
Okay, so it looks like, judging from what you're saying, not even retail sales, CPI, PPI, housing starts numbers could change your view. What about the Aussie dollar? We are expecting the RBA minutes tomorrow.
We are expecting those minutes, Chloe. Usually when those minutes come out, we look for signs of, whether they've changed their growth forecasts or their outlook for the economy. Just a little bit more detail on just the initial statement we get from the Reserve Bank. But we've only very recently had the quarterly monetary policy statements from the RBA, so it's not going to be a lot new in this as far as their outlook for the economy is concerned. I think what the market will be really interested to see is whether there was any discussion at the meeting, at least disclosed, as to whether they even thought of the idea of increasing rates by 50 rather than the 25 that was announced. Now, I think that's probably unlikely, but I'd certainly be looking at those minutes just to confirm that expectation.
Certainly, indeed. Rates very much on the agenda for the RBA. Thank you so much for your time and thoughts today. David de Garis, great to see you again. NAB Global